Hello and welcome to this basic Agile Scrum training for 2026. My name is Jogdul Sarwar, and I'll be guiding you through this course designed to help you understand the fundamentals of Agile Scrum and how to apply them effectively. Over the next several slides, we'll cover everything from the core principles of Agile, the roles within a Scrum team, to the key ceremonies and artifacts that keep projects on track. I'm excited to have you here, and I encourage you to stay engaged as we move forward. Begin by taking a quick look at what topics we'll be exploring in the next slide. In this training, we'll start by getting a solid understanding of Agile and Scrum fundamentals, which will give us the foundation we need. Then, we'll look closely at the key Scrum roles and how to effectively carry them out. We'll also explore the main Scrum ceremonies, like sprint planning and retrospectives, to see how they keep the process running smoothly. To make it practical, we'll learn how to implement Scrum using Jira, a popular tool that helps teams manage their work. Finally, we'll talk about common challenges teams face during Agile transformations and how to address them, so you're better prepared for real-world situations. Traditional development methods often struggle because they require extensive planning up front, which is difficult when requirements are uncertain or likely to change. These processes tend to be rigid and complex, making it hard to adapt as the project evolves. Feedback usually comes late in the cycle, delaying necessary adjustments and slowing down the response to issues. Additionally, customer involvement is minimal, and contracts are often fixed, which limits flexibility and collaboration. Agile addresses these challenges by offering a more adaptable approach that encourages continuous customer engagement and faster feedback, helping teams respond more effectively to changing needs. Agile is all about being flexible and ready to adapt as things change. Instead of spending a lot of time on detailed plans that might become outdated, Agile encourages teams to plan in a way that can evolve quickly. The core values focus on people and how they work together, rather than relying heavily on strict processes or tools. It prioritizes delivering working software regularly, instead of getting caught up in exhaustive documentation. Agile also emphasizes close collaboration with customers throughout the project instead of sticking rigidly to contracts. Above all, it values responding to change actively rather than following a fixed plan no matter what happens. This approach helps teams stay aligned with real needs and deliver value faster. Scrum is a framework that helps teams work together more effectively by breaking down complex projects into manageable pieces. It encourages regular collaboration, frequent feedback, and continuous improvement, allowing teams to adapt quickly to changes and deliver value faster. Scrum emphasizes clear roles, defined ceremonies, and iterative progress, making it easier to stay focused and aligned on goals throughout the project. This approach supports the Agile principles we've discussed by promoting flexibility, transparency, and active involvement from everyone involved. Scrum is built on three key principles that help teams work effectively. First is empiricism, which means making decisions based on what we actually observe through regular cycles of inspection and adaptation. This approach supports continuous improvement, helping teams learn and adjust as they go. Next is self-organization, where teams take ownership of managing their own work and organize themselves around shared goals. This encourages creativity and innovation because the team has the freedom to find the best ways to meet their objectives. Lastly, time boxing sets fixed periods for activities, which promotes focus and efficiency. It also establishes a consistent rhythm for development, helping everyone stay aligned and productive throughout the project. Together, these principles create a flexible and effective framework for delivering value in Scrum. In Scrum, there are three key roles that work together to deliver value. The product owner focuses on maximizing the product's value by managing and prioritizing the backlog, making sure the team is always working on the most important items. The Scrum Master supports the team by ensuring everyone follows the Scrum framework correctly, and they help remove any obstacles that might slow down progress. Finally, the development team is a cross-functional group responsible for building the product. They organize themselves, share accountability, and work collaboratively to deliver the completed work within each sprint. These roles are designed to complement each other and keep the Scrum process running smoothly. In Scrum, we work with a few key artifacts that help keep everything organized and transparent. The product backlog is essentially a prioritized list of all the work that needs to be done for the product. From this, the team selects specific items to focus on in the current sprint, and these tasks make up the sprint backlog. The increment represents the total of all the completed product backlog items from the current and all previous sprints, showing the progress toward the final product. To track how the team is doing over time, we use the burn-down chart, which visually displays the amount of work remaining compared to the time left in the sprint. These artifacts work together to give everyone a clear picture of what's planned, what's being worked on, and what's been accomplished. Scrum ceremonies are essential events that help the team stay aligned and focused throughout the sprint. Sprint planning is where the team decides what work can be completed during the sprint and plans how to achieve those goals. Every day, the team holds a brief 15-minute meeting called the Daily Scrum to synchronize their activities and plan the next 24 hours, keeping everyone on the same page. At the end of the sprint review is held to inspect the completed work or increment and make any necessary adjustments to the product backlog based on feedback. Finally, the sprint retrospective is a chance for the team to reflect on their processes and interactions, identifying improvements to apply in the next sprint. These ceremonies create a rhythm that supports continuous inspection, adaptation, and improvement. Scrum follows a cyclical approach that helps teams deliver value consistently and adapt quickly. It starts with sprint planning, where the team selects the work to focus on for a short period, usually 2 to 4 weeks. During the sprint, the team holds daily stand-ups to coordinate and address any obstacles. At the end of the sprint, they review their work with stakeholders to get feedback, and then hold a retrospective to reflect on what went well and what can improve. This cycle repeats, allowing the team to inspect their progress and adapt their plans continuously, which aligns with Scrum's core principle of empiricism and promotes ongoing improvement. The Scrum lifecycle starts with the product backlog, which is a prioritized list of everything that needs to be done. From there, the team holds a sprint planning meeting, where they decide on the sprint goals and pull items from the product backlog to create the sprint backlog. Each day during the sprint, the team meets in a short daily scrum to check progress and make any necessary adjustments. When the sprint ends, a review meeting is held to inspect the increment and gather feedback. After that, the team conducts a sprint retrospective to reflect on how the sprint went and identify ways to improve both their work and processes. This cycle repeats over and over, allowing teams to deliver product increments continuously and adapt as they go, ensuring steady progress and improvement. The daily scrum is a short meeting held every day, lasting just 15 minutes, where the team stands up to keep things brief and focused. Each member answers 3 key questions: what they worked on yesterday, what they plan to do today, and if there are any obstacles blocking their progress. This quick check-in helps the whole team stay aligned, improves transparency, and ensures everyone is accountable for their tasks. It's a simple but effective way to keep the sprint moving smoothly and address issues early. At the end of each sprint, the team holds a sprint review where they demonstrate the completed product increment to stakeholders. This is a chance to gather valuable feedback, which helps guide what should come next. Right after the review, the team conducts a sprint retrospective. This meeting focuses on reflecting on how the sprint went and identifying ways to improve processes moving forward. It encourages open conversation about what worked well and what could be better, turning those insights into concrete actions for continuous improvement. Together, these 2 meetings help keep the team aligned, productive, and always learning. In Scrum, testing is integrated throughout the sprint rather than being a separate phase at the end. This means that as the team works on user stories, testing happens continuously to ensure quality and catch issues early. Testers, developers, and product owners collaborate closely to define acceptance criteria and verify that the work meets those standards before it is considered done. Automated testing tools often support this process to speed up feedback and reduce manual effort. By embedding testing into each sprint, Scrum helps teams deliver reliable, working software incrementally while adapting quickly to changes. This approach also encourages frequent communication among team members, which improves transparency and helps maintain a steady pace of progress. Testing in Agile is closely tied to development and happens continuously throughout the process. Automated test scripts play a key role here, helping to speed up testing and maintain consistency. These tests run every day to make sure any changes are smoothly integrated without breaking existing functionality. Automation supports both regression testing, which checks that previous features still work, and functional testing, which verifies new features behave as expected. The testing approach focuses on story-based testing, ensuring that tests align directly with user needs and the goals of each user story. Collaboration is essential. Developers and testers work together closely to catch issues early and keep the product moving forward efficiently. This integration helps maintain quality and adapt quickly as the product evolves. In Agile testing, we use 4 quadrants to organize different types of tests based on their purpose and perspective. The first quadrant focuses on technology-facing tests that support the team, like unit testing and component testing, which help verify that the code works correctly at a detailed level. The second quadrant includes business-facing tests that also support the team, such as functional testing and story tests, ensuring the software meets business requirements. Moving to the third quadrant, we have business-facing tests that critique the product, like exploratory and usability testing, which help identify issues from the user's perspective. Finally, the fourth quadrant covers technology-facing tests that critique the product itself, including performance and security testing, which evaluate how well the system performs under stress and how secure it is. Understanding these quadrants helps teams balance different testing needs throughout development, improving both quality and collaboration. In Scrum, testers play a crucial role that goes beyond just finding bugs. They develop automated tests to help catch issues early and support unit testing efforts to ensure code quality from the start. Testers also take the lead in validating user stories by thoroughly testing the functionality as described, making sure it meets the expected behavior. They work closely with the team to define and refine acceptance criteria, which helps clarify what done means for each story. Additionally, testers actively participate in sprint planning and retrospectives, contributing their insights to improve both the process and the product continuously. This collaborative and integrated approach helps maintain a steady pace of quality throughout the sprint. Now, let's take a moment to dive into a practical demonstration of Jira. This will help us see how the concepts we've discussed so far come to life in a real tool that supports Agile project management. We'll explore how tasks are created, tracked, and managed within sprints, and how testers and developers collaborate using Jira to keep the workflow smooth and transparent. This hands-on look will give you a clearer understanding of how to apply Agile testing and Scrum practices effectively in your projects. Jira is a tool designed to support Agile project management by helping teams organize and track their work effectively. It allows you to manage your backlog, which means you can prioritize and keep a clear list of tasks and user stories. With sprint planning and execution features, teams can plan their work for each sprint and monitor progress as they go. Jira also tracks issues and bugs in real time, making it easier to identify and resolve problems quickly. Its reporting and dashboard tools provide up-to-date insights into project status and team performance, helping everyone stay informed. Additionally, Jira enhances collaboration by allowing team members to communicate, share updates, and work together seamlessly throughout the development process. The Jira Scrum Board is a powerful tool for managing tasks throughout the sprint. It helps visualize each stage of the workflow, making it easy to see where tasks stand at any given time. You can simply drag and drop tasks between columns as they move from one stage to the next, which keeps the process smooth and transparent. This board also allows you to track the overall progress of the sprint so the team can stay aligned and address any blockers quickly. One of the strengths of Jira is how customizable the boards are, letting teams tailor them to fit their unique workflows and priorities. Plus, it integrates well with other tools, which helps streamline communication and keeps all project information connected in one place. This flexibility and visibility make it easier to stay organized and focused on delivering value each sprint. To create a new user story in Jira, start by logging in and navigating to your project dashboard. From there, click on the Create button to open the user story form. You'll need to fill in the essential details such as the summary, which gives a brief overview of the story, the description for more context, and ensure the issue type is set to user story. Next, assign story points to help estimate the effort required for the task, which is crucial for planning your sprints effectively. Once that's done, prioritize the story by placing it appropriately in the backlog according to its importance and urgency. Finally, save the user story, and it will be added to your backlog, ready to be picked up in upcoming sprints. This process helps keep your project organized and ensures everyone on the team understands what needs to be done. To plan a sprint in Jira, start by accessing the backlog where all user stories and tasks are listed. From there, select the items you want to include in the upcoming sprint, making sure they align with your team's priorities and goals. Next, clearly define the sprint goals and set the sprint duration, typically 1 to 2 weeks depending on your team's workflow. Organize the sprint backlog by priority, so the most important tasks are addressed first. It's important to consult with your team to understand their capacity and any constraints they might have, ensuring a realistic workload. Once everything is set, you can start the sprint and begin tracking its progress directly in Jira, using the tools available to monitor task completion and keep the team on track. To keep our sprint on track, we use several tools and techniques within Jira. Burndown charts help us visualize how much work remains over time, giving a clear picture of our progress. Team velocity reports show us how much work the team typically completes in a sprint, which helps in forecasting and planning future work. We also monitor daily progress using task boards, where each task moves through different stages, making it easy to spot any delays or issues. Identifying sticking points or bottlenecks early allows us to address them before they impact the sprint success. Finally, we regularly evaluate our progress against the sprint goals to ensure we stay aligned with what we set out to achieve. This combination of tracking methods provides a comprehensive view to keep the team focused and productive. Common mistake is ignoring the daily scrum. This meeting isn't meant for solving problems, but is crucial for the team to quickly share progress and highlight any obstacles. Overloading the sprint backlog is another issue. It's important to avoid adding too many tasks at once and to break down any that take more than 16 hours to complete. An unclear definition of done can cause confusion, so make sure everyone knows exactly what completion looks like, including requirements like unit tests and acceptance tests. Lastly, failing to prioritize the product backlog properly can slow down progress. The product owner should continuously reorder backlog items based on business value to keep the team focused on what matters most. Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope the overview of using Jira for Scrum, from managing tasks and creating user stories to planning sprints, tracking progress, and avoiding common pitfalls, has been helpful. Please stay with us for more training sessions where we'll continue to build on these concepts and tools to support your project management skills.